2016 marks the 400th anniversary of the death of William Shakespeare, which also coincides with the 60th anniversary of one of Cape Town's most iconic theatres, the Maynardville Open Air Theatre. To celebrate this auspicious occasion, Maynardville is paying tribute to Shakespeare by extending the run of their critically acclaimed adaptation of Othello during January and February. We're joined by the show's director, Fred, as well as the lead cast, including Pope Jerrod, Melissa Haiden, as well as Marcel Meyer. Really cool to have all of you guys in the loft with us today. Aren't you going to act for me? Is this what you're just going to sit and talk now? Is this what happens? I'm expecting a show. Fred,
have you got a ticket?
Good one. Good question. Fred, very exciting to have you in the loft with us
Thank
today.
you.
I mean, your relationship with Maynardville has extended over a period of time, and it's exciting to see this production extend into a brand new year. We're excited about it. But for those who don't know the story of Othello, give us a quick rundown.
Okay.
It's like Shakespeare 101.
There's the sidekick, Iago, and Othello. Been through a lot together, fought many battles together.
Besties, show me a fist pump. Show me how besties do fist pumps. There we go, okay.
What happens is Othello gets promoted to become a general, and he has to appoint a lieutenant, and he doesn't appoint Iago.
Ooh.
He appoints a very pretty, handsome Cassio, who is, according to the play, not even a soldier, he's an arithmetician, he's a bookkeeper. And, of course, that upsets Iago. Othello marries Desdemona. It doesn't go down too well with her father. He's got to go to Cyprus to protect Venice and fight the Turks. He takes his wife with, and Iago goes along. And Iago then starts his whole plan of unwinding this guy. Where's that handkerchief? The favourite handkerchief, the strawberry handkerchief that he gave her as a wedding present.
I remember this in my matric year, that handkerchief.
His wife finds it, he takes it, he puts it in Cassio's bedchamber. Othello sees him with it. He's convinced that she is being a traitor, and quite like the young man that's sitting in prison at the moment, having shot his girlfriend through the bathroom door, Othello gets very angry and in an absolute fit and rage of passion kills Desdemona.
Oh, so
Shouldn't be laughing.
Yeah, you should not be laughing. That is a tragic story. But also, you just told me to buy a ticket, now you've told me the whole story. So I got you, you see.
Yeah.
Got you back for that one. We now know the story.
It's also, you know, part of such a great tradition. I mean, I started going to Maynardville when I was at school. I've probably seen or done or directed about 15 Maynardville, so it's a fantastic to be part of that tradition.
Yeah, I'm sure. And for any director, it's an exciting opportunity to work with a whole bunch of fresh blood. But let's speak about this relationship that goes on. I know, Melissa, obviously you're playing the controversial character. I mean, today in our society, with racism rife and everyone, the conversations going on about that quite a lot, it seems to be the perfect play to have on. What do you think is the interpretation of your role in today's modern South African society?
I think that Desdemona is closer to a lot of young girls than they think. She can come across as someone very pure and, you know, like angelic and far away, but we're strong. We make our own decisions, and the great thing about Desdemona is that the thing that leads her life is love, and so despite whatever happens to her, that is her strength. Her strength is her love. Yeah. That is her weapon.
And she'll hold that on forever.
Yeah, and she's strong. She's much stronger. She's not a weak woman, and it's wonderful playing her because you can actually show that.
Yes.
You can be the rebel. She married a black guy 400 years ago. A gorgeous black guy. And she loves him.
Pope, that beaming smile. Marcel, let's let them have their moment. Let's speak a bit about your role. Obviously, you were involved in a couple of Maynardville productions. I mean, this is also another very exciting one for you to be involved with, but not only on stage, also with the costume design. That is quite a lot to handle, to do both roles. And I think a lot of actors are really keen to do a bit of production, a bit of directing, a bit of everything at the same time. Why your passion for the design as well as being on stage? Is that quite a tricky question to ask?
I don't know. I've always been involved in the arts, in fine art and in theatre, and something like design is the perfect combination of the two, because you're using skills that you would apply in fine art, but you're working in a collaborative form, which is the theatre.
Which I think is nice. I mean, you get to do a bit of both. And I mean, that love for bringing these characters to life through the costume. How did you choose to adapt this to kind of like a South African context, or did you not try?
No, we've set it in the historical period that it's set in the Italian Renaissance, but what we've done is we've stripped all colour out of the... Because if you think of those Titian paintings or Da Vinci paintings, they're rich in reds and blues and things. So we've stripped all colour and we've literally done it in white and black. So everyone is in white. except for Othello, who's in black. So he stands out in glorious isolation in this world, this racist world that is the Venetian society. And then the spirit of his mother is the only other character in black. So which relates to, or symbolizes his African and Moorish heritage. And then we've used things like African leather and stuff in his costume to bring his sort of royal African heritage into a visual representation of it, I suppose.
And you guys obviously got a bit of acclaim for these outfits, which is really cool. I mean, you guys won awards for all the costumes that you guys have done, which is also a huge, huge ups. And I know you mentioned earlier on, Fred, about being there in high school and going to remember these performances. We actually did something very similar. We found a whole bunch of high schoolers and asked them their opinion on the story. Yeah, take a look.
By your gracious patience, I will a round unvarnished tale deliver of my whole course of love. What drugs, what charms, what conjuration, and what mighty magic for such proceeding I am charged withal. I won his daughter.
I think the play is quite brilliant. I mean, this play was written 400 years ago, and 400 years later, these messages and themes are still relevant in today's time.
It was really amazing. The passion that the actors exuded was just, it's just so great to see. It's different from experience when you're reading Shakespeare and you're watching it, because you see that passion that they have. It was a great experience.
I thought it was exceptional. The professionalism of the actors were impeccable, and I enjoyed it sadly.
The actors are very passionate about what they do, and yeah, it's been really enjoyable to watch.
I love the simplistic sets, and the costumes are really awesome. I think it's really well put together.
It's brilliant and captivating. It's a really good play.
Olympus high and duck again as low as hails from heaven. If it were now to die, 'twere now to be most happy.
The heavens forbid, but that our loves and comforts should increase, even as our days do grow.
I think Othello is relevant today because people can actually still relate to the story which was written 400 years ago. I find that quite fascinating.
If you look in a cultural retrospect, you'll see that Othello being the black and Desdemona being the white, it shows that multiculturalism was real back in the day, and that South Africa as a whole also coming together as a culture. There's no culture shock. It's just black and white uniting together.
Coming back from our history, it's still relevant because we need to see that the inequality was very rife, and we are still moving past it. It can also show us that what can happen, we can have equal rights for everyone.
I pray, talk me of Cassio.
The handkerchief!
The man that all his time have founded his good fortunes on your love, shared dangers with you.
The handkerchief!
Oh, in sooth you are to blame.
Away!
I'll prefer theatre over any other media, as this is not pre-recorded, it's live, and it brings the book and play alive, and we can see this thing unfold as if it's happening right now.
I'd say it gives you a deeper insight into the play, because it cannot compare to just reading the drama script in class. Seeing it live, it helps you to understand it better, as you see it with the expressions and body language, etc.
We've got all these disadvantaged students who don't get to come out and experience it. So it's really amazing to be here today, and everybody can come together and we can watch it together. All these students, it's a great experience and a great opportunity.
Sure, so many accolades, so many young people really, really excited to come and check out the production, which is so cool. Pope, we haven't had a chance to hear your comments on the production. Obviously, a whole bunch of changes had to be made with the New Year's production, and you sort of stepped in right away and said, like, well, I'm just going to take over the lead. How did that work with the production process, and what was your experience like?
Oh, it's been great, and I've got to work with excellent talent, and fortunate that Fred asked me to do this, and I'm so honored, actually. It's been such a learning and great experience for myself that it's unpriceable, actually. I can't put anything on it. You know, it's just been so rewarding, really. It's like I'm speechless about it. Every time it's been a different experience, and each time it's been rewarding, and they've been so patient with me and helping me carry it through, helping me do things and teaching me so much, and it's really, I'm honored. I'm so humbled, yeah.
Fred, Marcel, cast, guys, really cool to have you in the loft with us today, and congratulations on a beautiful, beautiful production.
Thank you.
So if you're in Cape Town and you want to go and catch Othello, then make sure you head to the Maynardville Open Air, where the production is running until the 23rd of February. Now, after the break, we chat to the director and key cast of SABC 1's new drama series. It's called The Jab, so stay right where you are.
How you doing, YouTube fam? Thank you so much for watching, sharing and commenting. We love hearing from you, so be sure to keep up to date with all things Afternoon Express by clicking the subscribe button right here.